This video is prepared based on official naval records and witness testimonies. December 5, 1945. Naval Air Station Fort Lauderdale prepares 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers for navigation problem. Number 1. Carrying 14 souls into what becomes aviation's most enduring mystery. Lieutenant Charles Taylor commands Flight 19 on what should be routine overwater navigation training. The experienced combat veteran faces conditions that challenge conventional understanding of aircraft operations and navigation. What begins as standard training procedures transforms into unexplained disappearance that defies logical explanation. The flight's vanishing spawns decades of investigation, speculation, and theories about the mysterious Bermuda Triangle. This is the story of how routine naval operations encounter inexplicable circumstances that overwhelm navigation systems and communication protocols. The crew's confusion and disorientation create conditions beyond normal aviation experience. The tragedy generates one of history's largest search operations while establishing the legend of the Bermuda Triangle. Flight 19 becomes the foundation for countless theories about supernatural phenomena affecting aircraft and maritime operations. Modern aviation still struggles to explain the complete disappearance of 5 aircraft and 14 experienced airmen in clear weather conditions. The mystery demonstrates that some aviation incidents transcend conventional investigation and analysis. Flight 19's legacy continues inspiring investigation and debate about unexplained disappearances in the region between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. The 5 TBM Avenger torpedo bombers represent proven wartime technology with reliable performance across naval operations. These General Motors-built aircraft feature robust construction and proven navigation equipment for overwater flights. Aircraft assignments include TBM-1Cs, 1 TBM-1E, and 1 TBM-3, each carrying full fuel loads sufficient for 4 hours of flight operations. The Avengers incorporate standard navigation instruments including magnetic compasses and dead reckoning equipment. Lieutenant Charles Taylor brings 2,500 flight hours of experience including combat operations in the Pacific Theater aboard USS Hancock. His recent transfer from NAS Miami to Fort Lauderdale provides extensive regional flying experience. The student pilots include Marine Captains Edward Powers and George Stevers, along with other experienced aviators, accumulating 300 total hours with 60 hours in Avenger aircraft. Their training emphasizes navigation and bombing procedures. Each aircraft normally carries 3 crew members, though one plane operates with only 2 personnel. The 14-man complement includes pilots, radio men, and gunners experienced in formation flying and navigation procedures. The crews represent typical post-war naval aviation, with World War II veterans transitioning to peacetime training operations. Their experience levels suggest competent handling of routine navigation exercises. Navigation problem number 1 requires dead reckoning techniques rather than radio navigation aids, emphasizing pilot skill in calculating position, heading, and elapsed time without electronic assistance. The mission profile involves triangular flight pattern with bombing practice at designated coordinates, testing navigation accuracy and crew coordination under realistic conditions. Navigation problem number 1 follows established training procedures with specific waypoints and timing requirements. The triangular flight path covers approximately 320 miles over water with 3 distinct legs. The first leg requires eastbound flight for 56 nautical miles to Hens and Chickens Shoals for low-level bombing practice. This area provides safe target practice away from shipping lanes and civilian aircraft. The second leg continues east for 67 nautical miles before turning north for 73 nautical miles, overflying Grand Bahama Island. This routing tests dead reckoning accuracy over extended overwater segments. The final leg turns southwest for 120 nautical miles, returning to NAS Fort Lauderdale. Total flight time should not exceed 3 hours with adequate fuel reserves for contingencies. Weather conditions appear favorable with 67-degree temperature, moderate seas, and scattered clouds. Southwest trade winds create normal December flying conditions for the South Florida region. Pre-flight checks reveal all aircraft missing clocks, requiring crews to rely on personal watches for elapsed time calculations. This equipment deficiency initially causes no concern among experienced crews. Takeoff originally scheduled for 13:45 delays until 14:10 due to Taylor's late arrival. The 25-minute delay reduces available daylight for the return flight but remains within acceptable parameters. The flight departs in standard formation with Taylor as flight leader in FT-28, followed by the 4 student aircraft maintaining proper spacing and communication protocols. The flight successfully completes bombing practice at Hens and Chickens Shoals around 15 with crews dropping practice ordnance and continuing eastward according to flight plan requirements. At approximately 15:45, the first indication of navigation problems emerges when Lieutenant Taylor reports compass malfunctions. Both primary and backup magnetic compasses apparently fail to provide reliable headings. Taylor's transmission indicates confusion about aircraft position. Both my compasses are out and I'm trying to find Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I'm over land, but it's broken. I'm sure I'm in the Keys. The flight leader's assessment suggests belief that the formation somehow traveled hundreds of miles off course to the Florida Keys rather than remaining over Bahamian waters according to flight plan. Radio transmissions capture increasing confusion as other crew members report similar compass problems and uncertainty about their location. Standard navigation procedures appear inadequate for determining accurate position. Ground stations attempt to assist by requesting position reports and offering navigational guidance, but radio communications become increasingly difficult as the flight apparently moves farther from shore. The mysterious compass failures affect all 5 aircraft simultaneously, creating unprecedented navigation emergency. No standard explanation accounts for complete compass malfunction across multiple aircraft. Taylor's experience and familiarity with regional navigation makes his disorientation particularly puzzling to ground personnel monitoring radio communications. Before continuing this mysterious navigation crisis, please subscribe to Through the Pilot's Eyes for detailed analysis of unexplained aviation phenomena and navigation mysteries. Your support helps us investigate these extraordinary cases. Now back to Flight 19's developing crisis. Radio triangulation attempts by multiple ground stations indicate Flight 19's position somewhere north of the Bahamas and east of Florida, contradicting Taylor's belief about their location over the Keys. The flight leader's confusion intensifies as he reports, "I don't know where we are. We must have gotten lost after that last turn." Multiple experienced aviators express similar disorientation simultaneously. Ground control personnel struggle to understand how 5 aircraft with experienced crews can become completely lost in familiar training areas with good weather conditions and adequate visibility. Radio transmissions reveal crew discussions about heading changes, with some suggesting various compass readings while others report instrument malfunctions. Coordination becomes increasingly difficult. As afternoon progresses toward evening, fuel consumption becomes critical concern. The Avengers carry sufficient fuel for 4 hours, but extended flight time approaches dangerous levels. Weather conditions begin deteriorating with increasing cloud cover and roughening seas. The approaching sunset eliminates visual navigation references that might assist with position determination. Taylor's communications suggest attempts to locate recognizable landmarks, but reported geography fails to match known Bahamian or Florida coastal features according to ground observations. The flight's radio transmissions grow progressively weaker, indicating increasing distance from established radio stations rather than approach toward Fort Lauderdale. By 18, Flight 19 reports critically low fuel levels with insufficient reserves for extended search operations. Taylor acknowledges the desperate situation facing all 5 aircraft. Radio communications capture Taylor's final decision. All planes close up tight. We'll have to ditch unless landfall. When the first plane drops below 10 gallons, we all go down together. The flight leader's decision demonstrates naval aviation protocol, requiring formation leaders to ensure crew survival rather than individual aircraft salvation. Unity remains paramount despite desperate circumstances. At 18:20, the last radio transmission from Flight 19 provides no position information or emergency coordinates. The transmission simply fades into silence as radio contact permanently ceases. Ground stations continue attempting contact through the evening hours, but no further communications occur with any of the 5 aircraft or their 14 crew members. Meanwhile, naval rescue operations mobilize for massive search efforts. A Martin TBM Mariner flying boat with 13-man crew launches from Naval Air Station Banana River. At 19:27, the rescue aircraft reports mission underway, establishing radio contact with search coordination centers. 3 minutes later, all communication with the Mariner suddenly ceases. A merchant vessel reports seeing burst of flame and encountering oil slick in the search area around 1950, suggesting possible explosion involving the rescue aircraft. Now 6 aircraft with 27 crew members have vanished without trace in the same general area within hours. The Navy launches one of history's largest air and sea search operations, involving over 300 aircraft and numerous surface vessels, scanning 300,000 square miles of ocean. Search efforts continue for 5 days with Coast Guard, Army, and Navy units systematically combing the Atlantic Ocean, Gulf of Mexico, and inland Florida areas for any trace of missing aircraft. Aircraft types include patrol planes, bombers, fighters, and specialized rescue aircraft equipped with advanced search equipment and survival gear for potential survivors. Surface vessels range from naval destroyers to civilian boats volunteering for the massive operation. Merchant ships report unusual observations but no confirmed wreckage discoveries. Despite intensive searching using latest radar technology and systematic grid patterns, no debris, oil slicks, or survival equipment surfaces in any search area. The complete absence of wreckage proves particularly puzzling given the scale of search operations and favorable weather conditions during initial search phases. Underwater search capabilities in 1945 remain limited, preventing deep ocean investigation of potential crash sites in areas beyond normal diving depth. The search operation eventually concludes without recovering any physical evidence of Flight 19 or the rescue aircraft, leaving families and naval investigators without closure. Official Navy reports document the unprecedented nature of complete disappearance without trace, noting unusual circumstances that defy standard accident investigation procedures. Navy investigators conduct comprehensive analysis of radio transcripts, weather data, and aircraft performance records to determine probable cause of Flight 19's disappearance. Initial Navy findings blame Lieutenant Taylor's navigation errors for leading the formation away from land into open ocean, where fuel exhaustion forced emergency water landing. The original report suggests Taylor confused small Bahamian islands for Florida Keys, causing northeastern heading when southwestern course would return to base. Later investigation amendments change official findings to cause unknown to avoid posthumous blame on Taylor, recognizing unusual circumstances beyond normal pilot error scenarios. Multiple theories emerge to explain simultaneous compass failures affecting all 5 aircraft, including magnetic anomalies, electromagnetic interference, and equipment malfunctions. Some investigators propose meteorological explanations involving unusual atmospheric conditions that could affect magnetic instruments and radio communications simultaneously. The rescue aircraft explosion receives separate analysis, with investigators concluding probable cause as mechanical failure or fuel vapor ignition during search operations. Alternative theories suggest more exotic explanations, including electromagnetic phenomena unique to the region, later contributing to Bermuda Triangle legend. No single theory adequately explains all observed phenomena, leaving official investigation incomplete despite extensive analysis of available evidence. Flight 19's disappearance becomes foundational story for Bermuda Triangle mythology, inspiring decades of speculation about supernatural and paranormal phenomena affecting the region. Writers and researchers identify the triangular area between Florida, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico as site of numerous unexplained disappearances of aircraft and vessels. Popular theories include alien abductions, parallel dimensions, lost Atlantis technology, magnetic anomalies, methane gas eruptions, and time-space distortions affecting navigation equipment. The 1977 film Close Encounters of the Third Kind depicts Flight 19 aircraft discovered in Mexican desert after alien abduction, cementing popular culture association with extraterrestrial phenomena. Scientific analysis challenges supernatural explanations, noting that disappearance rates in the region match statistical averages for similar ocean areas with heavy traffic. The area's unique characteristics include deep ocean trenches, unpredictable weather patterns, heavy shipping traffic, and magnetic variation that could explain some navigation difficulties. Many reported Bermuda Triangle incidents receive conventional explanations through detailed investigation, reducing mystery surrounding supposed supernatural activity. However, Flight 19 remains unexplained despite extensive investigation, providing credibility for those believing unusual phenomena affect the region. The case demonstrates how unexplained events generate lasting mythology when conventional investigation fails to provide satisfactory answers. Thank you for exploring this enduring aviation mystery with Through the Pilot's Eyes. Please subscribe for comprehensive analysis of unexplained aviation phenomena and navigation mysteries that challenge conventional understanding. Flight 19 continues inspiring investigation and speculation 75+ years after disappearance. Modern search technology occasionally reveals aircraft wrecks, but none match the missing Avenger's serial numbers. Advanced underwater exploration capabilities now enable deep ocean searches impossible in 1945, though vast search areas and deep Atlantic trenches complicate location efforts. The mystery demonstrates limitations of 1940s navigation technology and communication systems when facing unusual circumstances beyond normal training parameters. Modern GPS navigation and improved communication systems provide safety margins unavailable to World War II-era aircraft operating over vast ocean areas. Contemporary analysis suggests probable explanations involving navigation error, fuel exhaustion, and rough sea conditions preventing survival. though complete absence of wreckage remains puzzling. The 27 men lost on Flight 19 and rescue operations represent sacrifice in peacetime training that prepared naval aviation for future challenges during Cold War tensions. Their disappearance reminds us that aviation operations involve inherent risks and occasional mysteries that defy complete explanation despite technological advancement. Flight 19's legacy ensures continued investigation into unexplained aviation phenomena while honoring the memory of airmen whose fate remains unknown. The case exemplifies aviation mysteries that capture public imagination and inspire ongoing research into the unknown aspects of flight operations.